it's quite a different perspective to what I've heard people speak about in the past. Just getting stuck in a rut of the algorithm hates me and I can't do anything about it. Your productivity levels will be dictated by the systems and processes that you've got behind it. And if you've just got everything dumped in one massive list, it ain't gonna get done. And I think that's what podcasts are lacking at the moment. If we bring it back for the next season, it's a huge commitment having a podcast. I don't think people speak about this enough, but the highs and the lows and the lessons is what I've always said. So, and it's okay to feel overwhelmed because there is a lot going on at the moment, and she's going to help me personally with where I want to take the business and how I get the business working for me rather than me being worked by the business. Good morning. I'm just looking at the desktop of my laptop, and if this isn't a visual representation of my brain right now, I don't know what is. Today I'm going to go and meet Kezia, our new personal brand exec and editor of this vlog, just to do a day's training, because it's very rare I get a day where I can actually just focus on one thing. It will be massively beneficial for us both, and means that when I do come back into work properly next week, there's some stuff that she's going to be able to take off my plate, which is exactly what my brain needs. But I'm going to go now, otherwise I'm going to be late. That was a very productive day, and actually I really enjoyed doing that not in the office. It didn't feel quite as meaty for the volume of stuff that we've gone through, which is good. And we have got through a lot. Bless her, Kezia's head must be ready to explode. I am going home now to finish sorting my house out, and I'm hoping tomorrow will be a little more of a chilled day. I've got a bit of prep to do for an awards night that I'm filming out on Friday nights. We've put a bit of a bespoke package together for them. We're going to be doing some live posting on the night, sharing the winners as the night goes on, obviously documenting content whilst we're at the event. So I'm just going to do a bit of prep work in advance for that. And then I don't think I've really got an awful lot more planned for the rest of the week. Friday, I'm going to go out for dinner with a family friend, catch up with them because I've not seen them in a few months. And then Friday night will be the awards evening, so that's 6 o'clock till roughly about 11 o'clock. It's a black tie awards dinner for all of the kind of national home builders in the country. It's like their safety awards, so we're filming for that. And then I don't have any plans for the weekend, which is nice. Bit of an opportunity to catch up before next week. I'm living in Manchester for the week effectively. I've booked an apartment up there because I've got quite a few days of work happening in Manchester, with a day in London in the middle of it all, and I didn't want to be going from Manchester to Birmingham, Birmingham to London, London to Birmingham, Birmingham to Manchester. So I've based myself there for the week. I've booked myself an apartment. I'm going to try and get some content done whilst I'm up there, catch up with a few of my more northern friends whilst I'm in that direction. I just had to turn my mind blank about what I was saying then, and base myself in Manchester from the week, I think is what I was going to say. I'm going to stop now. You don't need to hear me waffling on. I have nothing to say to you tonight. I just need to go home and sort my house out. So that is what I'm going to do. Over and out, people. Good morning. I'm off to try new hairdressers this morning. I have been listening to a podcast over the last 2 days, and it is a meaty one, which is why it's taken me 2 days. It's quite a long one, but it's been really valuable, to the point I'm actually going to sit and listen to it again today with a notepad and pen. I tend to listen to a podcast. I try and do a morning podcast episode whilst I'm getting ready, and usually that carries over into sometimes 2-3 days because I don't have enough time to listen to it all the way through in the morning. And it's my new kind of routine that I'm trying to double up as many of my tasks in the day as I possibly can. So cook tea and listen to all the voice notes that I've received during the day, get ready in the morning, listen to a podcast, try and film content whilst I'm driving, etc. Because if I tried to do it all individually, I would just never find the time to do anything. And yeah, I need to listen to it back with a notepad and pen because it was a really great episode. It was a personal branding app by a guy called, I want to say Caleb Ralston. I'll post it on the screen. Some of the points that he has spoken about in there it's quite a different perspective to what I've heard people speak about in the past, and it actually goes into depth, and I think that's what podcasts are lacking at the moment. And I understand it, I've been through the process myself. When we launched Unfiltered Influence, the podcast strategist that I worked with was like, post short episodes, you know, to get your listenership up, and that will help you with ranking, and you take the advice of a strategist, don't you? Actually, I don't give a shit about ranking. Sorry to be frank, but I don't. I would much rather have less, longer, more detailed episodes that actually get into the nitty-gritty and the depth and give specifics and tangible actions than surface level 30-minute eps that don't really scratch the surface for anybody beyond a beginner's level of knowledge. And that's something that I want to reflect on with our podcast when we bring it back for the next season. If we bring it back for the next season, it's a huge commitment having a podcast. When I first launched, the intention was to do a weekly episode, but actually finding the time to sit down and film that, and it's not just the filming it, it's the planning it, it's the editing it and all of that sort of stuff, when actually you could probably get the same amount of value from this vlog if we switched things up. And this is much easier for me to film in chunks on the go, not having to be tied to a studio or the office to film. So yeah, it's definitely something I'm gonna consider, because I really enjoyed that, and I think you've constantly got to pivot and adjust and try new things. So yeah, go and have a listen if you've got a bit of time in your day, or spread it across a few days like I did. It was a really, really useful listen, and I'm doing a call with my influencers this morning. We have a bi-weekly call where we get the whole crew together, and basically we'll speak about what has gone well for people in the week. We will speak about what potentially people might be struggling or finding difficult, or new features that they haven't quite wrapped their head around yet. And I've asked everybody this morning to come with something that's gone well for them this week. I want it to be an uplifting, empowering call. I don't thrive in negative environments that are just a moan. I like to see myself more as a cup half full kind of person, and try and find positives or things that we can change, rather than just getting stuck in a rut of the algorithm hates me and I can't do anything about it. So I've asked everybody to come with their win from the week, and I've also asked them to come with a piece of content that they have seen this week and that they have enjoyed. Now, I think most people will bring a reel or a carousel, but I'm actually going to take that podcast into the call as mine, because I think people can learn a lot from it. So I am hoping that my hairdresser can get me out by 10 a.m, because the call's at 10 a.m. It's going to be tight, but I think she can do it. She said she's up for a challenge, so I'll jump on that call probably from a cafe by the hairdressers. And then the rest of the day I'm prepping some content for an awards night that I'm filming at tomorrow. I started it last night, I'm going to finish it today, and I'm then off to a therapy session this evening. I don't think people speak about this enough, but yeah, I am off to see my therapist and try and unpick some pretty big and hefty thoughts and feelings and curveballs that have been thrown at me this week. So yeah, that is my plan for the day. I probably won't show you much today. You definitely not come to therapy with me, sorry. This week hasn't quite gone how I expected it to. I had every intention of taking the week off as annual leave and having a quieter, calmer week without work, and the reality is that that hasn't happened. I am a big reason for that. I like to keep myself busy, especially when my head's in 1,000 different places, but also we're going into busy season, and I think part of the reason that I hovered and ummed and ahed about booking a holiday this week is because of that reason, that I knew we had so much to do and I didn't know if it was a good idea. So going into next week now, I feel like I'm in a much better place with where I've got up to. There were some really chunky tasks that I needed to look at. I'm hovering over putting another job ad live for somebody to come in and look after some things on the marketing side of the business, and I needed to sit and crunch some numbers and see whether that's possible or not and whether it's a good idea. And I'm just in a real point of reflection and trying to work out what the best next step is for the marketing side of the business. It's the part I spend the majority of my time on. It's, I'll be honest, the less profitable side of the business for a significant amount more of hours, resources, costs, but it's my passion project, and that's why I've always done it, because I love it and I love growing other people's businesses and seeing the impact that we can have. So yeah, I'm really investing a lot of time and thought into where that goes next, because yeah, it needs some review and reflection, so we will see what happens with that. My partner also runs a business and I look after all of the marketing for him, and he's in desperate need of a website update, and I need to sit and look at he uses a software basically for quoting and invoicing, and it's not linking up correctly to his accounting software at the moment, which means that it's giving really whacked profit and loss figures, and looks like he spent 99% of his money that he's received into the business this year onto goods and materials, which is not the case. So I'm going to sit and try and fix that this afternoon as well. So there we go, that is me, that is this week. I fully expect that this week's vlog will merge with another week, because it has not been exciting content for you guys, and I fully appreciate that, but I said I would share the realities, the highs, the lows, the lessons, all of that shit, and this is the reality of my week. So there you go. I am gonna go now because I can't see a thing and my eyes are crying, and I'll catch you later. I think we forget how much we know because of the volume of stuff that we put out there, and forget actually what we would have valued and what we would have needed at a similar time to where our audience are at. Like, I wouldn't have a flipping clue how to change my windows, my handles on my windows. Like, I wouldn't know how to do it. Like, what's obvious to you is so unobvious to the average person. And I think it is, like, we always do that exercise during strategy sessions where we look at the kind of ideal follower and who's following you, but taking it back to that and really getting in the mindset of who's following you, what do they know, what don't they know, what do they want to know, that sort of stuff. Like, if you can get to that point where you're really deeply in their brain, that's where content creation becomes so much easier. My glamorous assistant helping me get ready for tonight. We are filming a pretty massive event tonight, actually. I am leading a team of, I think it's 6 or 7 of us. Let's count. We've got me and 2 others on content, a professional videographer, and then 3 professional photographers. So yeah, seven of us on tonight's crew. I have got stuff charging in every room of the house at the moment, just prepping and getting ready. I am live posting throughout the event tonight, so we have got a load of awards. Absolutely. What does this mean to you both to have won this award?
Everything, absolutely everything.
To win the regional was good. To win the best site overall is just elation. Well done, everybody. Okay, come on in, guys. Come on in, guys. Well done, guys.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to another miserable Monday. I can't deal with this weather. I really can't. Note to self, don't want to be in the country for November next year. Oh, what a miserable, miserable morning. I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling a little bit at the moment. I felt really low this weekend. Just my brain not being very kind to me, trying to trip me up, I suppose. I felt quite overwhelmed this weekend. I think the week that I was supposed to have off last week was poorly timed. I knew it, therefore I worked throughout it, so I sort of set myself up for failure for it, because I wanted to come back in today feeling revived and refreshed, and I don't. So yeah, that's not ideal before a really busy week. I was supposed to be speaking at an event tomorrow. Unfortunately, the organiser, on the very first email she sent me, had the wrong date on it, and then just kind of changed it without addressing it. So I didn't realise the date had changed to today, and logistically I just couldn't make my week work being in Manchester today. So I was supposed to be going up tomorrow, and I was still going to go, and I was just going to go and book my friend's content studio and do a few hours of content in the afternoon, because I've got an Airbnb booked all week there. But it was £172 to get the train from Manchester to London, and I've got to be in London on Wednesday morning. So I'm binning off the Airbnb tomorrow night. We're not going there. I will head very, very early to London on Wednesday morning, and then from there I will go up to Manchester for the remainder of the week, and I'm coming back on Friday, which is fine. I don't mind. That's okay. It's unfortunately I couldn't change the Airbnb booking, which is really annoying because I've paid for an extra night and didn't need it, but it's better than paying another 172 quid for a train ticket. So it will be what it will be, and it'll be fine. It's okay. I have back-to-back meetings today, and I think that's why I feel a bit this morning as well, because I'm aware of loads of little bits that I would love to sit and catch up with the team on and put into motion, but my diary just doesn't allow for it today, so it's going to have to be done virtually throughout the week. So it feels like I've grown a monster. That's how I feel this weekend. My brain is trying to catch me out on growing the team, more salaries, higher like expenses and all that sort of stuff, and we've planned for it, and we're exactly where we're supposed to be, and I know it's comfortable, I know we're okay. It's just, this is what my brain does to me, and it's really shitty when it does, because I don't feel like I show up fully, and that's not fair on everybody else. But the highs and the lows and the lessons is what I've always said, so there you go. That's insight into my brain this morning. Right, let's go and do this.
AB method, which if you don't know is named after me, thank you very much. I actually didn't name it, but it stuck, and also it's like gets you from A to B, so we love that. Yeah. Shout out to my parents for naming me well. Yeah, speak to some of the people that have used it, because really the power of on it is not the program itself, it's the simplest thing I've ever built. Actually, the power of it is what it helps business owners to do. So we're going to do a little group exercise in a minute of sharing some wins from the year, but before that I wanted to speak with one of my fantastic clients who has actually been a bit of a stan of the AB method.
So I am super excited to have joined On It for 2026 as an enterprise, which means that me and my team will be working with Alice throughout the year of 2026 to help us all work on the business. It's really important to me that my team are involved in the growth and the direction of the business, and that they're excited and feel involved with the direction and the journey that we're going on. And after a conversation with Alice in Spain on the recent vacation, I just feel like there is nobody better to do it alongside me than Alice, to bring somebody else in to help me stay accountable with what we're doing, but to also rely on the expertise of somebody else who can guide us through the next 12 months of whatever that might look like. The team has doubled in size. I've made it to November without feeling burnt out, which has never happened before, and I've been able to work more on my terms this year than I did previously, so that is my isn't it cool that. London. Eating apparently the best carbonara that Caitlin's ever eaten in her life, so I'll let you know. There's no full-length mirror in here or anywhere to do my makeup other than sitting here with this tiny, tiny little mirror. I'm just reviewing the vlog for this week. Hello, we're home.
It's not a switch. It's not working.
For as long as it's around for, but you know, I think from a brand's perspective, it's just always really interesting to hear like how you see it evolving, the conversations that you're having about long-term plans with influencer marketing.
Really excited, and thanks for the opportunity, guys.
That's okay, my pleasure. So I think for the teaser, we need to apply the same fundamentals as we do for socials, i.e. really strong hook, focusing on the value, why people would watch it, and really hook people in. I don't think the B-roll that we've got in there at the moment is probably going to be the most powerful parts of footage, and I'm thinking what would make people watch the whole video and leave Instagram to go and watch it on YouTube. I think we need some of the talking parts and the value that I share around probably the influence to income program and a preview of what that looks like. I don't know what blazer to wear today. There's no flipping full-length mirror in here to be able to see. I don't know. This is why I need Kezia with me. Kezia has just joined as personal brand exec, but was a personal stylist before she joined, and if that isn't the most strategic hire that somebody can make, then I don't know what is. Option one, this is way too big for me now, but I was told an oversized blazer is in. And then this one, the colour is just slightly different. I'm gonna go for the oversized. Decision was made. Thanks for your help, guys. I've changed my mind. Wearing the other one. Feels like it fits me better.
In for filming, talking about their experience with everything, how Jolt's changed their lives. We hear reviews all the time, we get incredible emails all the time. Actually, it might be worth contacting Heidi and any compliments that all the compliments that we've received on email, maybe reach out to them as well.
Yeah,
because we get so many.
It's not just the ones that have spent the most amount of money with us, it's the ones that believe in the product.
Yeah, no, but they feel it as well.
Yeah. And Lil, in our reports, at the end of one of the sections in our reports, we do a social listening exercise, which is pulling all of the best comments that we've had on socials, so you could go back through some of the past reports and pull names from that as well. I think because you're juggling so much in so many different areas, what might be good for you is a Trello board.
Yeah.
So they're like post-it notes basically, but you stick everything underneath it. There's so much going on. Your productivity levels will be dictated by the systems and processes that you've got behind it. And if you've just got everything dumped in one massive list, it ain't gonna get done. No. That's my biggest realisation from bringing Caitlin on board, is just having one big massive list isn't getting anywhere. And the thing that we've trained with our team now, it's basically what Grace Beverly teaches in the productivity method, but every day you split what is on that to-do list into your urgent tasks. Three things should be your non-negotiables every day, and if all you get done in that day is those 3 non-negotiable things that are the most urgent things, and you tick your day off and you've had a great day.
To do that, because I'm like, I just can't be bothered.
But Nat can keep you in check with it.
Yeah.
That will make the difference. I think you need that, like, what's the most urgent thing that has to happen in a week. Absolutely. But you're going to be working on a weekly cycle where you want daily steps forward, not just over a week. So having like your 3 non-negotiables each day and getting those done will keep things moving forward on a daily basis rather than on a weekly basis. Good evening from a very tired and bedraggled and frazzled me. Today's been a pretty massive day. We have tried to squeeze in a content shoot, a photo shoot, and a team meeting that was pretty meaty actually. We'd got quite a lot of stuff to go through. We've been working from Blank Space Content Studio in Manchester today, which is actually owned by another one of my clients, and it is the most beautiful content space in Manchester that you can hire by like hourly slots, half day, full day. The most gorgeous natural light coming through, and it's such a great space to work from. So we've based ourselves there today. We started a little bit later than planned due to train delays. Nat got stuck in traffic. It just, travel again screwed us today. And then we very last minute booked a photographer. Basically we booked Tom, my kind of in-house preferred photographer. He's travelled up to Manchester to be with us today, but we just tried to squeeze a lot in, and it was a little bit chaotic, paired with some like quite important operational stuff that was going on at home that I had to be involved in. We've made a job offer today, agreed obviously like the job offer, what it looks like, salary negotiations, all of that sort of stuff. We've had an issue with an influencer contract that has just scrambled my brain a little bit. I've got a member of the team at home who's having tech issues with her laptop that I'm trying to diagnose and sort remotely, because that seems to be my job, to sort tech out. It's not worthy of us having a tech department when we're the size that we are, but if there's a problem that nobody else can fix, then it comes to me, and trying to sort that sort of stuff remotely is just really difficult. And I've got a brand who haven't paid us in something ridiculous, like it's well overdue, and they keep saying they've paid and they haven't, and it hasn't come through to the bank account, and it's an international team that I'm dealing with, and it's really challenging because they're not understanding what I'm saying, and I've actually had to send them my whole bank statement through today to say, I know you're saying you've paid me and you can send me the remittance from your end, but it hasn't hit my bank account. And we've got more collaborations that are due to go out with them soon, but I won't release those and allow other creators on my roster to put their content out there if we're still so significantly overdue payments from the other influencers. This isn't a brand that we've worked with before, so I've got no guarantee or trust that they will pay us. My head honestly just feels like it could explode tonight. There's just too much going around. And I've sat and filmed about 2 hours of video tutorials for the team to be working on stuff tomorrow without me. I've got so much floating around in my head tonight. I don't know how I'll switch off. I'm going to try and read, and I'm in the middle of a really good book at the moment, so I'm hoping that settles my head a little bit and allows me to switch off. I've got a day tomorrow with Lindsey, again, who I've been working with today, and Katie, who owns the content studio that I've been at today, and we're going on a spa day, which will still be work. The three of us will talk a lot about like business strategy, where we're going, what we're doing, like both of my clients' accounts, where we want to take it, what their approach is and stuff like that. And I'm really looking forward to it, and I really need it. But I already feel overwhelmed at the number of notifications that I'm going to come out of the spa to on a Friday evening, on a weekend where I really don't want to work. I just want to go home and spend time with David and the dogs and just have a really nice weekend. But equally, there's just so much mounting up at the moment that I would benefit from doing some work over the weekend. And I just feel like I'm in a little bit of a vicious cycle at the moment, and it's November, and I always feel like this in November, and I have to keep reminding myself I don't feel as bad as I did in last November, and it's okay to feel overwhelmed because there is a lot going on at the moment. But then equally, I don't like to complain about it because I'm in a very fortunate position to have these problems that arise from having so much work and being so busy. Yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot, and I do feel overwhelmed tonight. I think I said in one of my vlogs a few weeks ago, my state is either ecstatic and happy and thriving, or overwhelmed. There is no in between. And tonight it is an overwhelmed day. And I do find this on a day where I'm out of the office, because there's still people that need me. I still have clients who message me, my team still need me. It's not that I am just out of the office for a day and I can put 100% focus in what I'm doing with whoever I'm with on that day out of the office, because there is still important things happening. And then equally today, you know, we threw a team meeting into the mix, which I'm not going to allow us to do again on a content shoot day, but that got other parts of my brain whirring about website changes that we need to make, and I was reviewing pitch decks, and yeah, it's just all the different parts of my brain firing at once that I just can't keep up the pace with anymore. So I'm really, really, really ready for December and a bit of a break over Christmas. And then in January we are going to be working with the amazing Alice Benham, who I've known now for, I want to say 2 years, because she spoke at our very, very first island retreat. So yeah, it'll be coming up to 2 years. And she co-hosted the retreat that I went on in, well, the workation, sorry, in Spain a couple of weeks ago. We had some really great conversations then, and Alice has her signature program called On It, which is typically an online membership, I suppose you would call it, that runs for 12 months, that helps business owners work on their business rather than in their business. But she also has an enterprise version, which is to work with teams such as mine, and she's going to help me personally with where I want to take the business and how I get the business working for me rather than me being worked by the business. But she's also going to work with my team one-to-one as well, my kind of senior management team, Rosie and Caitlin, who will have their own goals, ambitions, things that they want to achieve at work. And also, you know, the wider team as well, with helping them have control and direction in where the business goes, which is really important to me, because I want them to be as invested in it as I am and excited about things, rather than them just feeling like, oh, what next? What's Charlie going to do next? Like another goal, another target or something. Like, I want them to be part of it and setting it. And I honestly can't wait for that, to have somebody to help me unpick my brain and hold me accountable to it and hold me accountable to our goals. And I hear nothing but positive things about Alice and the program and what it's helped other business owners do. So I know it's 100% the right thing to do, and I'm kind of counting down the days until we can get started on it now to really help me. I don't really want to make any changes at the moment. One, because we are in the thick of silly season and it's busy, and that skews how you genuinely feel about things. It can also heighten and make some of your other feelings even stronger, such as the overwhelm at the moment. But to actually really diagnose the root of it, I think I just need a breath after November. So that's one reason for it, and the other reason being that we're just so flipping busy right now that I don't want to put anything else on the team. So yeah, we're going to meet in December, have kind of an initial debrief, overview, meet the team, and then we'll kick things off from January. And I am very excited about that starting. Very excited. So yeah, I'm going to read a book. I've got my Kindle with me. I am reading the Elsie Silver Wild Love, Wild Rose, whatever that series, the other one, not the cowboy one. I've read that one. That was great as well. But I'm halfway through a book at the moment, and I'm engrossed in it, and it's complete trash really, but it switches my brain off. So that's my plan for this evening, and then spa day tomorrow. And I will love you and leave you there. And you probably won't see much tomorrow, because I don't plan on taking my phone in with me. I don't plan on taking my camera in with me. I just plan on having a really nice day with Linz and Katie, and having a good natter and putting the world to rights. So over and out from here.